All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Yeah, I completely missed that intro because my computer is laggy. Man, I hate this. I hate this. I don't even know that it's laggy. Look, I've got the window open where I'm checking the show, and I'm just staring in the abyss for like 2 seconds. Anyway, live chat. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to another show. Welcome to the other side of the coin. Hope you guys were there for All You Can Eat Chelsea. Literally was an hour ago. So do go out there and check that out. I've also pinned a message where I've done a latest video with Jack Benson, who's an Athletic fan, and we did a video on Saul, which was fantastic, the whole story and whatnot. And Jack being such a deep Athletic fan, you do want to check that out. There's some proper stories in there. So I've just pinned that. If you've missed that out, do check that out later on. Ishan, my boy, how you doing?
People might be expecting that you'll come up with, all right, here we go back again. But today you came up with, yeah, it's laggy. It's laggy.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm good, man. I'm good. It's going to be very exciting today, all the transfers, it's been a great journey, the whole transfer season with you, man. It's been an absolute pleasure. So exciting. And, I feel so lucky that we've covered so well the whole transfer season.
Yeah.
One of the possibly the greatest transfer season ever, and today we're gonna segregate each and every transfer for the Premier League. So yeah, more than happy, man.
Yeah, man, it's been an incredible window, and you're right, Ishan. It all started with you, myself, doing the regular daily sort of transfer news shows. I'm pretty sure the live chat, you guys would have enjoyed it as well. You guys were here on a regular basis, and this was a huge month for the channel as well, not just a mega sort of transfer window all up, but a huge month of August and also July. That was huge for the channel's growth, and it's been incredible to cover like all of these transfer news. And yeah, it's been epic. We're going to go through some Premier League transfers, transfer windows. Not all of the Premier League teams, because it's going to take us a long time, but definitely the top 4 teams that we're thinking who are going to be in the title contendership, to see who they brought in and who they got out, rate them, and also some of the other top clubs, probably in the top 6, top 8, just to see how each of them have done, and then perhaps if we can give a rating. Shout out to the live chat, smash the like. We're going to get those likes up, and we will get the show started very, very soon. Just a quick shout out to everyone before we do that, because you guys are always here, and I need to appreciate that. Yusuf, thank you for being here. Brent Smith, as always, my man, he's here. Flyers is here. Good to see you, my man. Sudhasan is here. Sudhasan, seems like you changed your profile picture, which is nice. Oh, wait a minute. There's 2 Suthasan. There's Suthasan Bhaskaran, and then there's Suthasan Chelsea. Okay. Suthasan Chelsea is the one with the same profile pic still. Then we got 2 more Ciel. Bonolo is here as well. Declared, my man, declared. He's saying this is going to be a short stream. Better call Saul. Clearly Chelsea. Then we've got Distrek 81. Ralph Lauren is he. Roby is he. Abhishek is he. Abhishek Bansal. Good transfer window. Wish that we renew our defender's contract. Yeah, well, renewals of contract can happen in India. So I'm not worried about that. Chelsea Madness is he. Shingo is he. Really, really good to see all you guys here. Prashant is here as well. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's truly get the ball rolling. I mean, before we do that, just quickly from Ishan as well. Ishan, would you agree that, and the live chat too, let me know what your thoughts are on this one. Ishan, would you agree that the top 4 you would possibly say as City, Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, like that's who you're sort of seeing as a top 4? Or are you picturing someone else cracking into that?
Top 4 in the sense, by the end of the league, who's going to be the top 4, right?
Well, who are the top 4? I suppose that, and contenders for top four.
Yeah, I think so. As it stands, I think so. It has to be Chelsea, City, United, and Liverpool. Um, Maybe I don't know, man. It's really tough because the Premier League is so tough to predict. It's very tough to predict because just give just consider 1 month and things can go bizarre, absolutely bizarre. Just for the sake of 1 month. So you never know. But as it stands, I think so. From my point of view, these four are the strongest team, as I can say. But uh, from my point of view, they're gonna finish top four as well. But you never know. You never know. Tottenham's looking really good. They've had the perfect start.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. Aston Villa has had a really good transfer season. Everton's looking good, very good as well. So you never know. I mean, yeah, I hope that these four actually dominate the way they have transpired the whole transfer season and the way they have been dominating in the league. I hope these four only carry out the just take the marshal and keep running for the top four. But Tottenham looks actually it does look serious, Ralph. I agree with you. They've had a very good start.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, Tottenham. I think I disregarded them as well. And it's a very good point from Ralph that they look serious. I know they won first 3 out of 3, and it's early days. It's early days. However, they seem like they're just slowly building, just getting that work done under Nuno, understanding him as well. They kept a clean sheet across all of those 3 games, by the way. They probably didn't look the best team either. I think Wolves should have beaten them. Whoever else they played probably should have beaten them as well. But they're just chipping away. They kept Harry Kane, which is a big deal. And some of their transfers weren't bad. Christian Romero is a very good transfer for them. I watched Christian Romero in the Copa America, and he looks like a very good defender. Someone who is capable of combining with Otamendi, and Otamendi, let's be honest, is in the older side of things now. But that defense looked really rock solid with Argentina. And yeah, we'll get to see exactly who other players that they've brought in. I feel like they are getting a bit under the radar, and too much of the banter and everyone sort of disregarding them. Just be a bit mindful about what Tottenham's up to. So let's hold our thoughts there. Live chat, let's see what you guys have to say. Brent Smith saying Man United aren't the favourites. Their midfield is still not up to the levels they need. Yeah, it's midfield. Plus, at the same time, I think it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He has to prove himself. I just feel like that he doesn't do that enough. Prashanti, the Premier League season most competitive ever. So much close call in 1 to 10 slot. I love this league more. Yeah, man, it is very close. I feel like the top four, as Ishan said, I don't know if I can see anyone crack that. I feel like Chelsea, Man City, Man United, Liverpool are a step ahead of everyone else. But then there's proper competition below that, to be honest. Let's
Also,
get straight into
can't
this.
take away Leicester, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%, man, 100%. Let's bring this up. Let me see if I can share the screen. Man, I get so annoyed. I can see that in the YouTube it's not lagging, but for me it's lagging, which is so annoying. Okay, let me see. Come on, screen. Yeah, this is annoying, man. Yep. It's one of those days, ladies and gentlemen. The laggy days are back. The lagster. Okay.
I don't think so. You're lagging in the YouTube.
Yeah, that's the
Live
thing.
chat
I'm
is
not
confirmed,
lagging in
right?
YouTube. I'm lagging in my computer for some reason.
Yeah.
Which is strange.
Means you could also open the transfer market website if you want to, because there you'll have the fee as well, transfer fee as well. So if you could do
is
that,
it?
yeah,
Do you have the
I'll send you the link
ready?
right away. Right away.
Yeah. I mean, is this clear though? From
Yeah, this is clear. This is clear.
Let me just enlarge it a little bit more.
Should I DM you in Insta or?
Just put it in the live chat, bro, and then I'll just
Oh yeah. Fine.
then I'll just bring it up. But meanwhile, thank you so much, Ravi Kumar, for the super chat. Determining the transfer window will depend upon how the incoming players perform in the season. If the players do not live up to the hype, it's an outlook. Yeah, obviously that is one way of looking at things from a retrospective manner. But we're talking about now, right now, as in the expectation, I suppose. Yes, down the track, we can all look back. Who knows? Maybe whoever Everton bought in and they did so well, they end up winning the transfer window. But it's basically talking about it right now, Ravi. So we'll see what happens from that perspective.
Did you get it? I sent it in the live chat.
Let me just have a look, man. It's not there yet in the live chat, but
oh my days.
Let me see if it's coming up. Yeah, it's not there yet. Maybe it'll come up down the track. Let me.
Yeah, I'm sending.
Let's just start with this. Don't worry about that. Let's just start with this.
Oh yeah, fine.
I'm not too worried about the whole money side of things. Let's go with the top four first, and then we'll look at Arsenal and whatnot.
Before you start, Miss, check the private chat if that works. This private chat.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh man, it's too laggy for me, man. Honestly, it's way too
laggy Thursday.
It's so laggy. Do you want to do me a favor, Ishan? Because I can't handle it when it's this laggy. Live chat, I really apologize about this. Let me just restart my computer. Meanwhile, Ishan, you can also share screen or just take control for a little. I'll join in very soon if you want to.
Yeah, sure. Should I share my screen?
Yeah, just share your screen if you want as well, and then I can bring that up. I mean, it seems fine now. Okay, should we just continue? It seems fine now, bro.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating, this. No.
If you want to restart.
It's laggy. All right, you take over, and then let me just quickly restart everything and come back, okay?
Yeah, sure. Fine.
Do you wanna share your screen?
Yeah, I'm just sharing that. There. Start to share. Is it visible?
All right. Yeah, it's visible. There you go, bro. I just shared your screen.
Yeah.
Sorry, I shared my one. Hold on. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Ishan is the captain now. Let me just restart my computer. I'll be back very soon.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm the captain of the ship now. Yeah. So, should we start with this or wait for Miss first? Let's wait for Miss first, and let me just check what you guys gotta say on the chat. Talal Finance says, you guys know what will determine we win it or not. It's a small games. I'm not worried about big teams. Tuchel always prepare well, and players are always focused. Yeah. Now I think so. This season is going to be different. Talal. I hope that we're gonna demolish the low blocks as well, because Thomas Tuchel now, he knows the fact that he's got the striker that he's wanted. He didn't have this the last season, and now he's got the striker that he was trying to aspire the whole season last time. You see, the number of chances that we've missed in the last season, and against low block, especially against the second half of the table, the teams against in the second half of the table. It was absolutely massive, the number of chances we missed, and I hope this time we won't do that. And that's where we're going to get points. So I think so this time I'm very, very confident about that. But then yes, very, very good point by you, Talal. Can't agree more. Lukaku is the man for low blocks, but does he work in the biggest games to have a high line? Yeah, it's a question mark, but I think so. He'll be good. He's more matured as a player now. I think so. I'm not afraid. I'm not worried at all. When it comes to Lukaku, I think so. He's going to do very, very good. In terms of difficult opponents, it's always going to be difficult. Not for just Lukaku, for the whole team as well. Just like we played Liverpool at Anfield, it was always difficult. So can't complain much. It's always going to be difficult. But yes, agreed on the fact that big players have to come up with big numbers against big opponents. So yeah, good point again. Come on, guys. Can you zoom in? Yeah, I can definitely, man. Yeah, I hope it's fine. Brent Smith, I hope it's fine. Now. All right, guys. So hit me up with the team which had the best transfer season according to you. Don't name Chelsea, apart from Chelsea. Let's see what you got to say. What you got to say regarding Arsenal, who's spent the most amongst all the teams? Talal also says, guys, will determine we win it or not. Yeah, I already read that. What the hell am I doing, man? All right. We've got Flyers saying all Ronaldo does is hang about in the box and is a killer. Besides that, he needs nothing. The thing is what he does win matches. Yeah, 100%. The way he won the last match against Ireland, Portugal versus Ireland, I was watching that match. Oh, my days. It's just final moments, Ronaldo just takes away the game single-handedly. He does not need anybody. Those two headers were out of the world. I mean, wow. Just takes the whole game away. Tottenham had a pretty decent window. Chelsea madness says, yeah, I agree. They have filled up spaces that they needed to fill up. Even I try to judge the transfer window according to the teams, what they actually need, where are the flaws, and where they need to fill it up. You know what I mean? And that's where a transfer market becomes successful for a season. For me also, Chelsea's transfer season has been a big success. I've talked about this in the last show as well, but yeah, we've successfully filled up the spaces where we needed to fill. And yeah, you can't ask more, right? When you've got the likes of Lukaku and Saul Niguez, just imagine, guys, Saul Niguez as your fourth choice midfielder. Wow, it's a huge thing. And I'm sure opponent fans are really fumed about this, because this is a huge deal. And this shows that we are the champions, right? Suffer peacefully says Man United, Crystal Palace, and Aston Villa. All right. Apart from Chelsea, you're saying? Yeah, agreed. I think so. I agreed. Arsenal spend the most money on players no one knows. Yeah, man, Nathan. So true. Arsenal spent 140 million pounds, but are actually a worse team. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, after spending 140 million pounds, we're still not in the contingent of at least a top four. It's been abysmal. It's been absolute abysmal by Arsenal. I'm not sure what they are doing. They could have utilized 140 million pounds so judiciously, so just to craft the whole team together. Just fill up the spaces where Arsenal needed to fill gaps, and they were weakened, but they were absolutely shocking. Miz, you back?
I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back.
There you go.
Yeah.
Should I stop sharing?
Pass me the link. Put it on the private chat again. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being patient there. I am no longer laggy. I am back and running brilliantly. I am buzzing again. Yeah, when it's laggy, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. I lose all my energy. I lose everything because I'm literally just sitting there until my screen changes and the life of me is just getting sucked out of me. And now it's back. I'm back. The restart has helped. I should have probably just restarted from the beginning, to be honest.
It was a pleasure to take over the other side of the coin. You know what I mean? Sabotage it.
How did you feel for a moment to be the captain of the other side of the coin?
Oh man, it was a proud moment of my life. Gotta add that in my CV. You know what I mean?
It's a heavy duty, bro. It's a heavy duty.
Yeah,
it's a heavy duty.
Now it's always a pleasure to talk with your live chat, man. These guys are absolutely gems, man.
They're the best, man. And my live chats are the best. They're the real ones, man. They're so good. All right, let me try and get that enlarged as much as possible. Okay, we're not going to start with Arsenal because let's face it, they're not top four. We're going to keep Chelsea till the last. We'll go with Man City. Oh, how do I change the fee? Because you've got it in rupees, I think.
Oh, is it? Oh my days!
That's pretty
Indian
amazing.
Money. That's Indian money.
That's pretty amazing. How do you change that?
But it's funny how it did not change in your server because it should have changed in your server. This I had opened in my server because
Do you know what? Doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. I mean, can I change it? Let me see if there is a way. I'm sure there has to be a way.
Has to be.
Yeah. Did you know there is an English version of the transfer market available? Yeah. Okay. Is that why? I've never seen rupees in my life in this particular. Well. Okay, which link is it? Where do I go now?
Oh, you're lost, is it? Yeah, transfers.
Latest transfers?
I think so. It has to be.
Or Premier League.
Premier League, yeah. But those are international rumors, right? Those are international rumors.
Oh my god! And here comes the spammers, man.
The channel is growing, miss.
Now I need to do what Matisse does.
Slow mode.
That's slow mode. How do I do that? I don't even know how to do that.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I need to figure that out, man. Oh no. Okay. We'll go to Man City. There would be mods in the live chat. Just get rid of some of these spammers, man, if you can. Man. Okay. And what a poor start to this particular show today.
It's fine, man. It happens.
How come I can't get? Bro, I'm just gonna use your one again, man.
Yeah, fine. No problem.
I'm just gonna use yours. I know it's in rupees, but it is what it is, bro. Doesn't matter. All right, we're going to go with Man City. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what Man City did. 62 of you guys are live. Smash the like button, first of all. Do apologize for the crazy situation that's been taking place. But it is what it is. We're gonna just, march on. Okay. Ishan, Man City, Jack Grealish. They got Jack Grealish, 100 million, which was a buyout clause from Aston Villa. Besides that, really, Kay
Yeah.
Kai, Scott Carson, all of these are just rubbish. I don't even know who half these people are. But they got
Rubbish
Angelino.
straight
Yeah,
away.
straight up rubbish. Angelino, this guy is actually a pretty good player, but he's gone to Red Bull Leipzig in Germany. Jack Harrison, I think, was on loan to Leeds for a couple of seasons, but I think now it's permanent.
Yeah,
Eric
Harrison is good, man.
Garcia,
Harrison is good.
yes, Sergio Aguero obviously gone, and the rest really don't matter. I mean, looking at this, Ishan, they always had issues with a striker, but it seems like they haven't really resolved that yet. They got themselves Jack Grealish, which is fantastic, along with all the other
Yeah,
players that they already have.
yeah,
I mean, I feel like they're such a superb team anyway.
yeah.
What does it really matter? What sort of transfer business that they had? But I feel like it's not complete. Yes, Jack Grealish is a superb purchase for them, but for me, it's a I don't know, maybe a 6 or a 7 out of 10. How would you rate that?
Uh, I think so. This I was chatting to our beautiful live chat here, and then I was saying the same thing, that if I had to rate a team in this transfer season, I would rate according to the need of the team, the gaps they had to fill before the transfer season, and have the gaps has it been filled after the transfer season. That's what important in terms of incomings. Also,
Yeah.
your outgoings are very important as well, because the players who are not featuring for your club, it's important for them to find at least a loan, if not a transfer, a permanent transfer. So that's how I do, and I think so. I agree with Abhishek. It has to be 6 out of 10. Because they needed a striker, they did not get it. It's a fail for them, regardless of the fact that they've got £100 million transfer record signing with the likes of Jack Grealish. Doesn't matter. You've not got you still got a gap in your whole playing 11, right? And you did not fill that. So Jack Grealish is, let's make no mistakes about it. It's an excellent player, brilliant player. He'll be an add-on for the future prospect of Man City as well. But then without a striker, even Jack Grealish's abilities are a little bit undermined. So for me, even I agree with Abhishek Bansal. I have to give it a 6.
Yeah, I think it's a 6 as well. Quite a lot of people are saying 6. Few people are saying 4 out of 10. Wow. Some are saying 4.5 out of 10. I mean, Jack Grealish is a superstar of a purchase, so I wouldn't really necessarily call it a 4 or 4.5. I know they didn't address everything, but still, it's Jack Grealish. I think any team out there would want Jack Grealish in their squad or in their starting lineup for that particular matter. Liverpool, let's talk a little bit about Liverpool now. They got in Ibrahim Konate. They did have defensive issues last season, which caused them massive headache. And they ended up, getting that back up. Obviously, Virgil van Dijk is back. Joel Matip looks very good alongside him. The issue with Joel Matip is he generally plays about 10 to 12 matches the whole season, and then he goes away being injured. So that's why they've got Ibrahim Konate. They've got that backup. They still have Joe Gomez. But having looked at all the other ins, Harvey Elliott is turning out to be a bit of a player. Besides that, they've got no one else really that they've really brought in. Outs are Harry Wilson, Xherdan Shaqiri, Wijnaldum was a big one, and they didn't even replace Wijnaldum. I mean, some can say Harvey Elliott, but let's be honest, Wijnaldum is a superb player. I think this is probably a 4 out of 10. You can say that, yeah, they bolstered their defense, which was an issue last season. But Ishan, I feel like they're literally an injury away up front, whether it's to Mane or Salah or whoever else, and they're going to crumble. They've not really backed up well. What's your thoughts?
They've just got Diego Jota. I think so. He's trying to be that player who actually overpowers for Roberto Firmino. I don't know if Roberto Firmino might be used that much by Liverpool at this point of time, the whole season. It has to be Jota, most of the times. I agree with you. I think so. Defense was the issue for the last season. They had many injuries, and in fact, all the centre backs were injured, and then they had to literally play the likes of Fabinho, Milner, and all of those guys in the centre back. And it was absolute abysmal until and unless Ozan Kabak came, and now he has gone, right? So basically, that's a transfer fail again, because it's not a successful transfer by any means. They've got Konate, but the question here is, when will that guy get a chance? If Van Dijk and Matip are playing so well, when is he gonna get a chance? Also, if Gomez comes back, Gomez has to get a go again, right? And
Yeah.
having Konate again, I mean, yeah, it's a good option, but then I feel that he could have been used more better in terms of striking, attacking forefront. I think so. I absolutely agree with you. Also, knowing the fact that they've let go Gini Wijnaldum, I think so, right?
Yeah, yeah. They've let go of Wijnaldum. Yep.
They've let go Wijnaldum, and who they have bought in the midfield? Maybe no one.
No
Is
one.
it that?
Harvey Elliott is the only one that they've got
Yeah,
him in. But
Harvey Elliott.
he's a
Yeah.
youngster, man. I mean,
Yeah, and also his
yeah.
his preferred position is right winger, if I'm
Yeah.
not wrong. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I don't think so. Even that's a good transfer season for Liverpool, but the team looks good, and again they've not fulfilled the positions they should have been fulfilling in this transfer season. For me, again, I think so. I'll be a little bit humble with them and give maybe a 6 again.
You're being very, very generous, man. For them to get a
Yeah.
6 just on the back of Ibrahim Konate. Mind you, we gave Man City a 6 as well when I think Jack Grealish.
Oh
I guess,
yeah. Oh, I think so. I'll give them a 5, less a
yeah.
6. No
Yeah, I
ways.
mean, at the end of the day, it all depends as to what is the need of each of the team. I know Liverpool's need
Yeah.
was a defender, but for me, a defender wasn't enough because literally they've let go of Wijnaldum and they did not replace him. And as I said, injury to Salah, Mane, or whoever, and they're back to square one. They don't really have
Yeah.
that supreme depth either. So for me, that's a 4. Ishan is saying 5. So the live chat people are saying 4 as well. Yeah, I don't think I can give them anything more than 4 or 5s. Let's have a look at Man United. Man United are one of the ones that had a very, very supreme transfer window, in my opinion. Yes, they still lack in that midfield, but look at some of the ins. Jadon Sancho, Rafael Varane, Cristiano Ronaldo. Tom Heaton will probably be the third choice goalkeeper. All these other ones, I don't really care. Outs, Daniel James is a big one to Leeds. Pereira
Yeah.
went back to, I believe. Oh no, this is not the same Pereira. Andres Pereira went back to Brazil. Brendan Williams, he was a particular left back that was getting
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
few shouts, but he's gone out
Gone to
to
Norwich. Yeah.
Norwich seems as well. Sergio Romero is free. Alex Tuanzebe has gone to West Ham. Aston Villa. For me, they still needed a midfielder, but I have to say, this is minimum 7.5 out of 10, in my opinion. Live chat, let us know what you think about Man United. You're already giving 8s as well. But Ashan, what do you think about Man United's business, man?
Now listen, it's been the most glittering transfer season for Man United. Sancho, Varane, Cristiano Ronaldo. These three are biggest names that you can hear for any team. But Sancho, was it an extreme need? They have been chasing Sancho for now seasons now, and they finally got it. But Greenwood and Rashford were there, right? So you needed a backup. Is Sancho a backup? No. He's probably should be starting after that market value, or the transfer fee that he bagged. He should be
Yeah.
starting. It wasn't an absolute need to buy Sancho with that price. If you are and looking at the future prospect, fine, fair enough. I think so. United needed a centre forward. In my opinion, they needed a centre forward. Martial is not the level that they wanted to go to. Cavani might not have that much years in him, and he might not be starting. Now, here's the thing. Cavani, you're not looking as the future prospect. That means you want a new, fresh, good striker. Who do you get? Cristiano Ronaldo. Fine, one of the best strikers in world football, but what's his age? It might not be a long term. 2 3 years, 4 years max. After then what? Right? So again, fine, fair enough. They got Ronaldo, one of the best in the world, and fine. But again, if you're playing a Fred in the midfield, that does not
Yeah,
complement
big issue.
the
Big issue.
yeah, that does not complement the new signings that you had. Again, Rafael Varane, they need a Rafael Varane, having known the fact that they've got a Lindelof and Maguire who were coping up pretty well. Maybe they needed a backup. Now Lindelof has to be benched as the third choice centre back, and then Varane hops in with Maguire. Fair enough, fair enough. But it'll be interesting to see how Varane copes up. But it's a big name signing again. So for me, United's main problem, the defensive mid has not been resolved. The
Yeah.
midfield has not been resolved, and I'm not getting carried away by the names and the price tags by any means. For me, United gets a 7.
Yeah, I mean, I can absolutely appreciate that. Ishan, 7. I said 7.5. Probably seven's the right one. I like this comment from Shubhajyoti Roy saying 7.5 out of 10. Outgoing part wasn't that good. Definitely, their outgoing wasn't good. And definitely, as Ishan said, the midfield situation. Fred, Matic, I think McTominay, whoever else they have, it's just not good enough. I know Pogba is there in the midfield, Bruno Fernandes, but they play a little bit more advanced. I'm talking about more of a CDM, and their CDM's just not up for the mark. Whether they needed Varane, I think they probably did. Yes, Lindelof and Maguire did an okay job last season, of course, but let's be honest, it's not something that really scares an opposition. Do you know what I mean? I think someone like Varane, still probably not scary, but at least you know that he's got that ample experience in top level, won so many things with Real Madrid. Absolutely decorated defender. Him alongside Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire does look a lot better as opposed to Harry Maguire and
Also, Miz,
Lindelof. Yeah.
I'm not sure what they are doing with this poor guy, Donny Van de Beek. This guy needs to leave.
Uh,
I feel so poor for this guy. I feel so bad.
I don't know why. Like, I honestly don't know who thought of that idea of getting Donny Van. Like, what was the whole idea of getting Donny Van de Beek? I just want to know that, because you've got Bruno Fernandes and Donny Van de Beek kind of plays that similar role. That's what he did for Ajax. I mean, there's no way Bruno Fernandes is not going to start for you. You're pretty much going to play Bruno Fernandes almost every game. The odd Carabao Cup or the early stages of FA Cup. Besides that, Bruno Fernandes plays every single game. So I'm not really sure the ideology that was behind Donny Van de Beek. And unless you're thinking about playing both Fernandes and Van de Beek, which is now almost impossible because you've got Pogba, you've got Cristiano Ronaldo and all of those players. So they should have at least let him go on alone. So, yeah, man. You're right, Ishan. Absolutely sad to see a player just rot in the bench. Did he come to the Man United team last season or the season before?
The season before the last season.
Wow.
It's been 2 seasons of Van de Beek.
So this is his third season?
Yeah.
And this guy's just done nothing, man. 3 seasons just been sitting there. Anywho, it is what it is. That's why Man United are Man United, you know. They can't even beat Villarreal in the Europa League final. Now, let's have a look at this one. Chelsea, obviously, I feel like Romelu Lukaku was the biggest thing that we needed in this transfer window. Our biggest issue was scoring goals up front. We needed to plug that hole. We got ourselves one of the most elite strikers in world football right now with Romelu Lukaku. So I'm very happy with that. As much as Jules Koundé was heavily rumored with us and literally was seconds away, literally hours, seconds, minutes away from joining with us, didn't happen. I'm not too upset with that because, Ishan, if you remember, when we first started talking about who Chelsea should get, no one really talked about getting a CB because we were happy with our people. The whole thing about Jules Koundé was that it was a good opportunity for the future with the players like Thiago Silva, Aspilicueta, you know, also at that time, Rudiger and Christensen, we didn't know what was going on. We can still get Koundé in January. But for me, that midfield position, as much as we were trying to downplay it and say that, oh, we've got Ethan Ampadu or Ruben Loftus-Cheek or whatnot, the whole acquisition of Saul on loan, especially on loan, I feel like You can't give us anything less than 8. You would even have to give us at least a 9, I would say, with all the outgoings that we had as well, Ishan. Literally, our net spend is so good. I would have to give us at least a 9. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I was talking to your live chat, with the same intention that we've filled up all the gaps that we needed to fill. Even before, like I said, even yesterday to you, that even before approaching this transfer season, I was like, even if we get one world class striker this season, this transfer season, and if we don't sign anything, for me it was a perfect transfer season. You couldn't ask for anything. But then down the line, we saw that Billy Gilmore got departed to Norwich for a 1 year loan. And
Yeah.
out of a sudden, we are in a situation where we needed to sign a midfielder. The talks were going on with Shaumeni and Declan Rice, and apparently we saw that the deal's not going to go through, and we needed a solution there. We couldn't have gone with only the likes of the three guys that we have, Kovacic, Jorginho, and Kante for the two positions. It would be risky, so we had to get a guy, and we got Saul Niguez. And then that's what I've been saying to your live chat as well earlier when you went, that having Saul Niguez as your fourth option midfielder is a big thing. It's a big thing. It is the sign of champions. And the rival fans are also very much fumed and very much jealous about that. That if a team has the likes of Saul Niguez as their fourth choice midfielder, it's a big
Oof.
thing for this team.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
big thing. That shows the quality of this team. That shows the level of this team and the output that this team has been producing. And we shouldn't be surprised. We are the champions of Europe, and we should be expecting to retain this Champions League even next season as well. So the thing is, for me, Chelsea, like I said, not just incomings but also outgoings, just like you said, it has been immense, absolutely immense. We've sold the likes of Bakayoko and Danny Drinkwater. For me,
Oh,
in terms of outgoings, that is a 10 on 10, right? You cannot expect
100,
anything.
100.
But then, as an overall, I think so. If we the way we were linked with Kunde for months now, maybe a couple of months since June, it was reported that the personal terms were agreed. So the way we were heavily linked with Kunde, I thought that deal had to be done. If it's not, maybe I have to minus some point of that. But it's not an absolute necessity. We can definitely survive, and it's not the end of the world by any means. So for me, I'm absolutely happy with Chelsea's transfer window. But I think so. If Kunde deal was done, I think so I would have given a 9.5. But now I'll just minus 1 point and give it an 8.5 to Chelsea.
Yeah, man. I mean, look at some of these outs, man. Tammy Abraham, Kurt Zuma, Fikayo Tomori, Zappacosta. Just immense. All the names. Like, we've done unbelievably to get rid of a lot of players here. And yeah, and in terms of the ins as well. Romelu Lukaku, Saul Niguez, Marcus Bettinelli, let's not forget. And Chalaba, I know it's not an in, but it's another find during this sort of preseason window, which a lot of people are not understanding the true depth of Trevor Chalaba. That's almost like a new signing because you didn't plan for that. That just happened. Obviously, we can't put it as part of the transfers. However, it still puts us in a fantastic position. I would honestly give, as I said, 9. Ishan is giving 8.5. At the end of the day, you look at our team compared to the other three that we saw, Ishan. It's the most complete team. Liverpool don't have the squad depth like we do, and literally they're
Yeah.
just minutes away. If they have if they have any injury, then they're going to have the same season as they did last season. Man City,
Yeah.
they're still searching for that striker. They may not need one. They're still banging in goals every single week. Norwich 5 goals, Arsenal 5 goals. But we'll see what happens with them. Man United, as we've already mentioned, CDM is a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
Up
Also,
front,
Miss,
madness. Yeah.
Flyers and many of the guys in the live chat is asking about Ross Barkley. Let me clarify it, that it was heavily linked that Ross Barkley was on the verge of going out on a loan for Burnley, and apparently he did not want to leave. He wanted to stay at Chelsea. He was forcing his way into the playing 11, which was not possible. Right. So what happened at the end of the transfer season is that Chelsea terminated his contract from the first team, and shifted him to the academy. So now Ross Barkley will play with the under 23s, and he's probably terminated. He is definitely terminated from the playing 11 or the first team, that you would say. So Ross Barkley does not get the wages that he was getting with his contract, because his contract is terminated from the first team, and he'll be playing with the Chelsea under 23. And now he's probably like a free agent. If he wants to leave, if he gets any club, he can leave, but I'm not sure if he wants to leave or not, because he had got a glorious chance to join Burnley on a loan, but he's not. So it is what it is.
Is that the story, Ishan? Like he's
Yeah.
he's now going to be playing for the under 23s.
Under 23, yeah. Contract is terminated,
Wow.
and he'll be playing with the under 23. That's for sure. Just like Danny Drinkwater was playing for under 23s or the academies, he's definitely going to play like that. And the contract has been terminated. So basically, he won't get the wages as well. The first team wages, he won't be getting that.
Wow, man, that's insane. So, what benefit does he get for playing for under 23s? I don't understand.
I'm not sure. He might be getting the wages which the under 23 players are getting, because you cannot have more than that, right? You need to have a proper first team contract to have the first team wages. But he does not have. The contract is terminated, and that's exactly why the number 8 is being stripped from him and given to Kovacic. Or else, if he had a first team contract, the number 8 would have stayed with him, right? So it is what it is.
But this is the thing, Ishan. Why is he staying with under 23? Why is
Apparently he should have left, but he refused to leave. I don't know why, but he refused to leave to Burnley. There was a loan deal going on. The talks were going on for him to join Burnley for a season-long loan, but he absolutely refused. And just think about this, miss. The player like Ross Barkley, he's not that bad, right? He has played for Aston Villa for the season-long loan lately, and he could have got so many clubs. Apparently, just imagine if the likes of Danny Drinkwater is getting a Reading, right? The likes of Bakayoko is getting an AC Milan, right? Zappa Costa's gone for a permanent deal. Batshuayi is again gone for a loan at Besiktas. Why not Barkley? Right, Barkley definitely could have got a team easily, and Chelsea might have received many offers for Barkley. But if that guy does not want to leave, what can you say? What are the intentions? If you want to barge into the playing 11, that's not happening. That's absolutely not happening, because the levels are way ahead of you, right? That it is what it is. He could have left to Burnley, maybe some other teams. There are many teams in Serie A, League One. He could have left anywhere, but he doesn't. So was the end product? His contract got terminated, and he's in under 23s now.
unbelievable, man? Wow. Well, by the way, where'd you get this source from? Was it in a particular place that you read this?
Yeah, I read it in one article which shows talks about Ross Barkley, and I'll search it and send it to you.
I'll just provide it to the live chat as well.
Yeah.
Live chat. You've seen the top 4 teams that we're talking about: Chelsea, Man United, Man City, Liverpool. Let us know who do you think won the particular window? For me, it has to be undoubtedly Chelsea. I know a lot of people will say Man United with Ronaldo and Sancho and Varane, but I mean, they didn't address the CDM position, which was their biggest concern. I don't really think Ronaldo was needed, and I don't even think Ronaldo was even in their plans. Ronaldo really happened because there was a slight chance that he was going to Man City. I mean, is that how you see it as well, Ishan, that Ronaldo just happened because they did not want him to go to City?
Absolute panic attack by Man United, that if a legend like Ronaldo and a club legend like Ronaldo for them goes to the nearest rival, it's gonna be hell days for that club, and it's a panic attack. And they signed that. Literally, I remember, and we've talked about this, Miss, that it was just moments that all things shifted from Man City to Man United. Just moments like that, it was like before I went on for lunch, it was Ronaldo to Man City. Everything was done, and he was
Crazy.
going. After I came back to lunch and I checked, United announced him literally, and I was like, what's going on here? So it was an absolute panic attack. But yeah, I mean, I would have, and even I've seen many Man United fans talk about that if something long term could have been negotiated, maybe with a young striker, young potent striker, that would have been a little bit more better than Ronaldo. Definitely Ronaldo, no two ways about that. He's an absolute machine, and he'll be continuing for more years now, because he's that fit and he's that good. Just look at his performance from yesterday against Ireland as well. He's an absolute machine.
Superb,
uh,
superb.
yeah, but the thing is, you need to have a good backup. Again, you've maybe you could have sold the likes of Cavani, maybe, because I don't think so. What he's gonna do,
Mm,
having on
mm.
the fact that Ronaldo comes, you have to give the gaming time to Ronaldo. You cannot take
100%. And
away
then
the gaming time.
there's Greenwood as well that deserves time now. Rashford will come back soon. Martial is there as well. So
Yeah, yeah,
just don't know what Cavani is going to be doing there anymore, but it is what it is. I still think Chelsea is ahead. So for me, Ishan,
yeah.
before we touch on some of the other clubs, for me, it's Chelsea. No bias, no nothing. Just looking simply at the needs and the backups and where the squad is, Chelsea undoubtedly has won the transfer window. Your thoughts?
I think so. One just competitor that I see is Aston Villa. They've had an absolute great transfer season for me. From Aston Villa's level, they've had good incomings and outgoings as well. Yes, they've let the likes of Jack Grealish go, but the amount of
Mm,
incomings and the gaps that they filled, I think so. It's
yeah.
been a
Let's have a quick look
great
at this
transfer
one.
season for them. Yeah.
Buendia, Leon Bailey, Ings, Ashley Young, Tuan Zebi, Gilbert, I don't know who that is, Conor Hurahan. I think Hurahan he's actually gone the other way. But yeah, Buendia, Leon Bailey, Danny Ings, Ashley Young. And also Tuan Zebi on loan. They've addressed, obviously, the loss of Jack Grealish with three big signings of Buendia, Bailey, and Ings. But for me, still, bro, nowhere near as Lukaku and Saul. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for me, even Chelsea excels the transfer season. It people might count the number of signings and then try to decide it. I was really happy the way Aston Villa filled themselves in, and also had the outings to balance their books, and it was very proper balanced. But yeah, for me, Chelsea had the proper transfer window where they fixed so many elements, and so many gaps was filled, and I couldn't be more than happy. There could have been this could have gone so many ways, miss. This could have been abysmal, to be very honest. Just imagine the fact that if Lukaku didn't sign for Chelsea, just imagine if Saul didn't sign for Chelsea, would have
Yeah,
carried
man.
that same team over. And imagine we could have got some wrong signings. I don't know, maybe some I don't know, Dusan Vlahovic, who've never stepped a foot on the Premier League. He comes up and becomes a fail. You
Yeah.
never know that. You never know that. Maybe he might be a good striker, but what if he becomes a fail?
Hmm.
Right, and also in midfield options, if we would have signed, I don't know, some player from La Liga or Serie A who comes out and becomes a flop again, it would have been abysmal. But we've been very selective, and I think so. The focus for Chelsea was to concentrate on the outgoings more, because there were a lot of people, a lot of players, that had to have the departure, at least for a loan, or else it was unfortunate for Ross Barkley that he did not want to go, or maybe he did not find a club, whatever the reason is. But the thing is, all the other players have found a club and they would be playing. So I'm so happy the way Chelsea have progressed. Can't ask for more for Chelsea, and for me, Chelsea wins this transfer season as far as Premier League clubs are considered. But yes, Aston Villa has definitely had a very good transfer season for me. If I'd want to rate Aston Villa, I would rate zero point 0.5 below Chelsea, near about 7.8 to 8, definitely.
Yeah. They definitely had a strong transfer window, no doubt about that. We'll go back to them again. But let's talk a little bit about Arsenal, man. Honestly, I am not joking. They've spent the most out of every team out there in the Premier League, and I feel like they went backwards. How is that possible after spending all that money and you go backwards? I mean, Ben White, yeah, he's a decent defender, but 50 million. Okay, I'm not even going to look at the price, to be honest. I just don't think Ben White is, elite level of defender for a club like Arsenal. I mean, I know we banter around, but at the end of the day, they're still a big club in the Premier League. They make a lot of money. They've got a huge stadium. Their history. It's a big club, but for them to have Ben White, oh man, Ben White would not make it in City, would probably not make it in Liverpool, um, even Man United to a certain degree. Like he's just not that level of a defender. Martin Odegaard, once again, I just don't know what level of a playmaker he is. I don't think he's an elite level playmaker. Ramsdale, this guy has got relegated twice. Wherever he's gone to Sheffield United, relegated. Prior to that, Bournemouth, I believe, relegated. Takahiro Tomiyasu, honestly, I heard this guy's name for the first time in transfer deadline day. Before that, I didn't even know this guy even existed. But apparently, he's a very good right back or centre back. No one even knows what position he truly plays, but apparently he was very good in Italy. Sambi Lokonga, I've now watched a couple of matches. He looks all right. I, once again, did not know anything about Lokonga, but he looks like a decent purchase. Tavares looks semi-decent as well, but then again, with Kieran Tierney, you're probably not going to start enough, but then Kieran Tierney is always injured, so you probably will start. He looks pretty okay. And all these other ones, they've left. They're out. Obviously, Joe Willett was looking so good against for Newcastle. I can't believe that. See, this is the thing. They've done stupid stuff. They've let go of Joe Willett, who's actually done well. They've let go of him. Lucas Torreira was always out of favor. Willian obviously left on free. Hector Bellerin left in transfer deadline to Real Betis. Saliba, wow. Saliba is absolutely balling in Marseille. And I can't believe that this manager, Arteta, is not even trying Saliba. Guendouzi has made the French team. He's actually linked up with the French team right now. David Luiz obviously was free. I mean, Ishan, for me, this is with 128 million spent, I would have to just give them maybe a 5. I don't think they've done enough. All their purchases, besides Lokonga, I can't rate any of the other ones, man, to be honest. I'm sorry, I can't rate any other ones.
They've got the best transfer window from the bottom, man. First from the back. Doesn't make sense, man. I mean, that's what I was talking with your live chat as well, that they could have used that 140 million so well to fill the gaps that actually needs to be filled, because they've got good talents in the team with the likes of Saka, Martinelli, Tierney. They've got good talents. They need to work on something, and sorry, they need to work on more effectively the way they're working with that 140 million pounds. They will sign some good players, maybe a very good centre forward, maybe a top class centre forward, maybe a very good winger. I'm not sure what they are doing. And Ben White, 50 million pounds. Come on, have a day off. Have a day off.
God, man.
I don't know. I don't know what this club is thinking. Also, people are getting excited about Odegaard, and lately I had listened to Legan's stream, and also on Matisse's channel when he came. He said that Odegaard.
He doesn't rate him one bit.
And he had some research on him, and he says that Odegaard makes back passes more than front passes.
Well, he's even done a research that apparently Edison has more key passes than Odegaard.
Key passes. Oh yes.
Insane, man.
Yes, that's insane. So yeah, man. And again, Ramsdale. What can I say, man? Does not make a bit of a sense. I feel this club is going a downhill. Absolute downhill. Not just performance wise, also financial wise. I think so. This is 140 million pounds. Is in an absolute mud.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're proper relegation contenders. I really wouldn't be surprised.
They are, man.
There are stronger teams than them out there.
Yeah, 100%. Even the mid-table team looks stronger than them. You know what I mean? That's why you can say that. Yeah, absolutely, man. They, even I've heard to Troops many times, and he's counted me, counted us the teams where you could fit many players in those teams or not. He counted the mid-table teams, and literally no players from Arsenal can even fit. It's good to be fit in the mid-table teams. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's where the
Wow.
level of Arsenal is. They could have utilized this transfer window so well with the 150 million or 140 150
Do
million
this
pound.
comment. This is the perfect one.
Yeah, from Shubhra Jyoti, Bisuma Madison under 100 million would be better for the 100%, man, 100%. They've wasted, man. They've taken bits and pieces from here and there, and which accounts to nothing. If the fact of the matter is, the bottom line is, you spend 140 to 150 million in this transfer window. Still, if you're not even regarded maybe in the top 8, 9 teams in the Premier League,
I
what
can't
the hell
believe
did
it.
you do?
Yeah, they should be sacked. Their entire
Yeah.
organization should be sacked. That's
Yeah.
laughable, Ishan. All that money,
Yeah, 100.
and you've, as I said, their squad went backwards. All that money and their squad went backwards. Oh my god. Oh my god. Should be sacked. Should be sacked. But yeah, Ishan, just quickly touching on Arsenal. I mean, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Can they even? No way top four. No way top four. No way
Yeah.
top six. No way even top eight. Can they even be top 10?
That's the question, man, miss. And they've spent 150 million pounds, and they're not even the question of top 10. I mean, what can you? It's an absolute fail. I don't know even if I can rate this transfer, because that does not add to your team. You spend the money which not even City or Chelsea have spent this season, and still you're in no contention of being at even Aston Villa looks a better team than you. Even a Leicester is way better than you, definitely, for sure.
Bro,
Even
West
Leeds
Ham.
United is better than you.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you, besides the top four, I'll tell you who else will pump them. West Ham will pump them. Leicester will pump them. Everton will pump them. Spurs will pump them. Aston Villa will pump them.
Leeds can pump them.
Leeds
Definitely.
can pump them. The thing about Leeds is they're so crazy. They just need to defend well.
Unpredictable. Very unpredictable.
Very unpredictable. Very unpredictable. Southampton, I'm pretty sure can beat them.
Yeah.
Some are saying Palace. Yeah, Palace. Bro, they're in trouble, man. Bottom line, they're in trouble.
Yeah, 100, man, 100. The way that they've splashed money for nothing, it's funny. And I think so. It's shocking. More than funny, it's shocking, because where are your plans, man? Where are your plans? Trust the process. How can you trust the process when the process is wrong right from day one?
Disgusting process. Throw the process in the bin. Anyway, let's now talk about Leicester. I think Leicester's done all right.
Yeah.
I think Leicester's biggest issue now is going to be Brendan Rodgers. I love Brendan Rodgers, top manager, but he's got to show a way to crack into that top four. Yes, he's won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
You know, he's done really good there against us, but this is now twice that he's missed out on top four. This season, it's only going to make difficult, but Patson Daka is a good purchase. Suamare is a good purchase. Vestergaard was Southampton's best defender. Ryan Bertrand, another one from Southampton, but Ryan Bertrand's more of a backup. Let's face it, he's not going to be starting if who's their left back, bro? For Castagna? Is
Castagna is right back.
Right back. I think Justin used to be left back, right?
Yeah, Justin used to be left back. Now,
Yeah, Justin was doing well, so I'm not sure if he's back or not.
Yeah.
So for now, maybe Bertrand will play. Lockman is not bad. He played pretty good for Fulham, actually, on loan. So I'm not too phased about that. And then obviously they let go of a whole heap of players, but this is a decent transfer window for
Thomas
them.
is playing left back for them currently.
Thomas, yeah.
And they've got Pereira as well, Ricardo Pereira as the right back.
Yeah. Pereira's right back, I think. And he's a superb right back, but the injury killed him. But looking at this transfer window, they're a decent window. I'd probably give this a I'll probably give this a 6.5 out of 10. But I
Could
just
you go to
don't
the
know.
departures, miss?
Gazal,
Yeah,
Preds,
Pride
Fuchs,
is gone.
James, Sam Hughes, Wes Morgan, and Cengiz Under gone
Under.
back to
Yeah.
Roma. Looks like
Yeah.
the loan was finished. Wes Morgan's retired,
There's
which
some
is
good
great.
outings as well, to be very honest.
Yeah, some decent outings that they needed to get rid of, and some decent incomings as well. I feel like it's a 6.5, and I feel like
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be enough to break the top four. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I'll go with a 6.5. They've got. I think so. I'm very happy the way they've signed Sumare, and also Daka. These both guys are good and looking very solid. Sumare has been exceptional. You know, the way he controls that whole defensive mid position is mad. And if Sumare and NDD plays together, I mean, wow, it's going to be so solid. The both defensive, basically, both of these guys has quite of similar kind of attributes, but Sumare is a good prospect for them in the near future. But yeah, Leicester team looks good, man, very good.
No, for sure, for sure. Robbie's saying Leicester have done great business as usual. Yeah, look, they're great business. Some of you guys are saying 7, which is fair enough. I said 6.5. I mean, I can bump it to 7. It doesn't really matter. But the concern will lie whether they can crack the top four. They had the best chance last season and the season before, and they couldn't do it. And now the biggest top fours in terms of Man City, Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea look extremely strong. So not really sure what Leicester's capable of doing there. Looking at Everton now, Ishan, Demarai Gray has actually been doing really well. He's nominated for one of the players of the month from Everton side of things. Townsend, yeah, fair enough. Rondon, another fair enough. Begovic. Um, I feel like Ishan, they've gone with experience with Townsend, Rondon, and Begovic. Gray, yeah, you can say experience as well because he's played a few seasons in the Premier League, and then he also had that season in Leverkusen. I feel like they are quite okay with the team, and they just added some experience in the mix. Um, Looking at some of the outs, Mose Keane, Bernard, I thought was a very good player, but it looks like he's gone to the Middle East, Sharjah, to earn some final day money. Um, Joshua King, obviously, Theo Walcott's gone to Southampton. I mean, Everton are just under the radar, just slowly doing their business as well. Once again, I'd probably give them a 6 out of 10. It's not like they've absolutely lit up the Premier League, but overall, it's not that bad. Demarai Gray at age 25 is a decent one, and he's been doing really well for Everton as well. Thoughts on Everton, my man?
Yeah, I think so. Demarai Gray is the one you'd want to look upon, and I think so. Everton has not spent much, and basically they're on a positive,
Yeah, look at
net
Townsend on
gain.
free, Solomon
Yeah,
Rondon on free, Asmi Begovic on free. So it was
yeah,
just Demarai Gray for 2 million. That's all.
yeah. They've got a. I think so. They're the team with the lowest spending
I
this
think
whole transfer
so.
season.
I think
Yeah,
so.
and
Yeah.
the net gain is the most. I think so. It's a decent one, but again, the $1 million question, like you said, is it enough? I mean, is it enough to crack into the top six or top four, five, whatever it is? I don't think so. But yeah, I think so. They've had their fair share. Maybe they've got the incomings where they wanted to actually work upon. But yeah, I think so. If I'd want to rate Everton, maybe a 5.5 or a 6, maybe.
Yeah, actually, thinking about me giving a 6 is probably a bit too much. Probably a 5, man. Live chat saying 4.
Yeah.
That's probably more or less correct. Um, we'll go with a 5, man. It's not like they've set up the world on fire.
Yeah.
West Ham, West Ham, Ishan have done
Yeah.
really good,
Interesting.
man.
Very
Kurt
good. Very good.
Zuma, Nikola Vlasic from Croatia, 33 million. Kurt Zuma for, um, these are all in dollars. So um, in pounds, I think he was about close to 30 million pounds. Alex
Yeah.
Kral, I don't know who that guy is. I've not seen him. Alfonso Areola was decent as well as a backup, and they've gotten rid of quite a few players. Felipe Anderson, obviously, to Lazio, Balbuena, Silva. I mean, looking at the players that are in Zuma, Vlasic, Krau, and Areola, this is not bad, man. And West Ham are flying. I feel like if there's one team that could have an outside chance of a top four, like give top four a bit of a shot, I still don't think they're good enough, but still give it a bit of shot, is probably West Ham. I would have to give their window a solid 7.5, man. Your thoughts?
First of all, Kurt Zuma is an absolute steal for them. Absolute steal for them. You know,
Yeah.
if Ben White is 50 million pounds and you're getting a Kurt Zuma, a Champions League winner for 30 million pounds, is an absolute steal. And like you say, like you always say, Kurt Zuma straight away walks into the playing 11 for
Yeah.
West Ham. And Chelsea might regret this after not getting a Kunde. You know what I mean? They might. We have got options, yes, but maybe maybe Chelsea sold Zuma, maybe and maybe Chelsea did compromise on Zuma's transfer fee because they were about to get Kunde. They were in a hurry maybe to buy Kunde, and that's why they sold Zuma for a mere 30 million pounds to West Ham, and then they got duped by Sevilla. So Chelsea might regret this, at least for this season. Maybe we could have kept Zuma. It's not a sin if we could have kept Zuma and maybe had six options for the whole three centre back positions that we are playing, right? So I mean, we could have kept, definitely we could have kept, because we definitely, this was the vision for us, that sell Zuma and then get a Kunde. But Zuma happened, maybe, and definitely Chelsea were trying to negotiate the transfer fee to a little bit more higher value, but 30 million pounds seems like they wanted to sell him more earlier than what the price tag was demanding for Zuma, and they sold it earlier, and Jules Koundé deal collapsed, and we were got duped by Sevilla. So big up to West Ham, they got what they wanted. They absolutely got what they wanted, and for me, yeah. It's a good transfer season for West Ham as well. Vlasic is definitely a good player and an interesting prospect. Would he fit into the playing 11 at this point of time? Maybe not. Maybe not. He needs to work on that. But yes, it's a
I
good,
mean, he's a young
exciting
player,
prospect.
23, so
Yeah, yeah.
they've got
But
time. You know what I mean?
yeah, and it's looking exciting for me. I think so. I'll give it a 7, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I gave about 7.5. 7 is pretty decent. Nikola Vlasic looks like his position is attacking midfield. Alex Kral DM, which kind of makes me think. I think I saw someone in the live chat talk about, you know, talk about Declan Rice and Alex Kral being the replacement. Sorry, I just need to address this. Flies, I respect you a lot, my man, and I love your comments, but not everyone's English is first language, so you don't need to correct when people are talking much earlier, more earlier. I mean, we're not
It's
having an
fine, man.
English we're not having an English lesson here. So if it bothers you, just don't worry about it. You don't need to put that down in the live chat. It's just no need for that, to be honest. As I said, I respect you, but there's just no need for that, man.
No, it's fine, man. It's fine. Happens.
No. I just I like my
I think so.
guests
There's
to
a
be
good,
respectful.
very good comment by Shubhra Jyoti. He says, "Imagine defending against Zuma and Suchek in the air." That's exactly what West Ham does. You know what I mean? They try to build their team aerially strong, very very strong, and they've already got people, players who are really good in height. Very well built as well. So it's a good add-on to them as well. They've got what they wanted.
Yeah, 100%, man. Zuma comes into their team straight away. Him alongside, I believe, Igbona will be awesome. Aerially, there's a lot of threat. And yeah, overall, I think they've done fantastic, man. For me, West Ham, one of the teams to look out for. We might just cover a few more because, yeah, not going to go through every single one of the teams because it's just going to take up so much of the time. But probably the one last that I'll go through is maybe Leeds, because Leeds is an interesting one. I love watching Leeds. Leeds with Dan James, very decent buy for their perspective. Dan James wasn't getting the game time at Man United. Didn't look like, he suited that style. Whereas I think he's going to get a lot more space playing for Leeds because there are teams that will go after Leeds. Leeds will generally not have to face low blocks. Dan James is a particular player that Bielsa was looking out for the past 2 seasons. Now, I think it's a decent acquisition for them. Firpo is a decent acquisition from the left back. Jack Harrison, obviously, now is full-time. And outs. Alioski is a bit of a eye sort of raising out because Alioski was a very good player for them last season. Pablo Hernandez was a long-term player, but obviously he was getting along in terms of age. They recently lost Helder Costa in the last day in the transfer deadline. I mean, for me, Leeds, they're such, as you said, Ishan, such hot and cold team. I feel like as the season progresses, they will get better. The way they play, I just love the way they play. Their movement, I don't know, Ishan, if you've seen, I've already watched a couple of their matches this season. Their movement is electric. Every player knows exactly where they're moving. They follow a pattern. Whenever they play or the way they build up, it's a pattern. And they are so drilled into that pattern. That's why no teams, when they look to press them, are not entirely successful. Yes, they do get caught out in transition. That's a bit of an issue. But, if they can tighten that up, I'm sure they can go toe-to-toe with any of the teams out there. For me, it's probably about a 6 out of 10 transfer window. And I feel like they're going to be a good shout for the top 8 at least. Ishan, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, man, very well put by you, and I agree on that 6 out of 10 as well. But one thing that I'd like to say is that, just like you said, Leeds are hot and cold team. It's like a seesaw for them. Their performance, But one thing is their work rate. Their work rate is immense. The way they run the whole match, they can keep on running the whole match, and their training sessions are intense under Marcelo Bielsa. And they've got a coach who's there for long now, and he knows the whole system, and he's implemented one system where they're excelling in it. And any team you ask in the Premier League, they're gonna say the same thing, that it's difficult to outrun Leeds. The Leeds are the most difficult team in Premier League that you would want to outrun to, and yeah, Dan James, I think so. It's a good add-on to them because Dan James is fast, as far as I know. I think so. After Adama Traore, he's the fastest in Premier League.
Quickest one out there. Yeah.
Yeah, after Adama, he's the quickest. So that's what they want because they've already got the likes of Rafinha, who's crazy speed. Rafinha, even Helder Costa, he's such a good player as well.
Even Bamford's not slow.
Yeah, Bamford.
Bamford's not
and
slow.
Also Jack Harrison.
Harrison's quick. Their team is quick.
Yeah, quick. And also, they've got Rodrigo as well. Rodrigo is a fast. Yeah. He's an athlete, man. That guy. These guys are built with that mentality where the work rate is at the highest level. But yes, there are some games which becomes on and off. Maybe there are some games they do not concentrate that much defensively. Look at the game that I think so they got pasted by Man United 5-1. Where Luke Ayling was the only one who scored the goal, or else they got pasted. And that game was absolute shambles from Leeds United. I thought they just did not find their feet. They were not on the grounds. Their heads were not in the grounds. It was an absolute shambolic performance by Leeds, but slowly and steadily they're picking themselves up. And yeah, but the thing is, it's always exciting to watch a Leeds United game. There are very less occasions where you'll have a boring Leeds United game. It's always electric. There are lots of running, attack, counter attack. pressure on off the ball, on the ball. It's a pleasure to watch Leeds United, and it'll be exciting to see how Dan James fits into the team, because as of now this team looks very well settled, and maybe Dan James plays in the area where Rafinha plays. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd want to replace Rafinha there, because Rafinha is top class, and he's doing really good for this team. Let's see what happens. But then yes, all I can say is Dan James is a really really good add-on for them.
Yeah, man. No, 100%. Let's see exactly what Leeds does. It's going to be very, very interesting, ladies and gentlemen, once the international break is over and everyone gets back into it. There's going to be matches thick and fast coming up after the international break. Champions League will be kicked on. Europa League for whoever is in the Europa League. Conference League now as well. UEFA Conference for all those bunnies out there, as Ishan would say, the bunnies. They need to have a competition as well. So yeah, I think it's safe to say, from my perspective, to be honest, bias or not, I'm just looking at the team and I can only comment on the top four. The other ones, it is what it is. Obviously, we've mentioned Aston Villa had a very good transfer window. It looked like Leicester had a decent transfer window. Arsenal, even though they spent the most, had the worst transfer window. The worst of the worst. And out of the top four, Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, and Man City, I think Chelsea had the best one. And for me, Chelsea overall had the best window, in my opinion, at the moment, looking at now. And we should be able to compete in all fronts. We've now stacked in every single position. We've covered everything that was required from last season. Depth and quality in midfield. Up front, we needed a beast to cover that hole, and we've done that. Jules Koundé, as much as we probably would have liked that, but it wasn't a necessity, and we can still get him in January. I do understand the long-term implications. Yes, I do understand that. But for me, it's Chelsea. Ishan, final words from you, my man.
Yeah, first of all, it's been a crazy transfer window. One of the best transfer window you'll ever see. I don't think so you'll see any other transfer window where you see Ronaldo and Messi move out at the same transfer window. You won't see a Lukaku and a Grealish move out on the same transfer window. You won't see a 2-3 season saga of Jadon Sancho end in the transfer window. That also happened. You won't see the likes of PSG play a monopoly and grab so many players, top class players, for most of them were free transfers, and they just bought a Hakimi, and then that's it. And look at the squad now, so you won't see that as well. You won't see the likes of Captain Charisma, Sergio Ramos leave Real Madrid and join PSG and link up with Messi. Have you seen a transfer season like that, where Ramos goes out of Madrid, Messi goes out of Barcelona, and they meet in a team called PSG? It's an absolute crazy transfer season as well. And there were points where my head was just popping out. It was so crazy, and especially again the transfer deadline day. It was crazy as well. We saw the likes of Griezmann come out of Barcelona, and Barcelona in absolute mud. We saw Barcelona in actual mud this transfer season. We saw the real the whole depression in which Barcelona are at this point of time financially. It's absolute abysmal out there, So we've seen Aguero leave Man City as well, another legend leaving in this transfer window. This transfer window has been absolute mad. We've also seen the likes of Danny Drinkwater get a club finally. The likes of Rangers.
Crazy how Danny Drinkwater got a club and Ross Barkley didn't, man. It's unbelievable.
Exactly. So it gives a straight indication that maybe Barkley does not want any other club. So the thing is, it's been the crazy transfer season, and maybe we're lucky to witness all these transfers. Also Man United getting a Varane, bolstering their attack. We've seen, again a deadline day signing, Saul Niguez coming to Chelsea. Also, there were other Premier League transfers that we've talked as well. It's been massive. It's been massive. We've seen the likes of Oliver Giroud leave Chelsea after glorious few years, and go to AC Milan as well. again. So what a transfer season, man. We will be remembering this transfer season for the entire lives. We've also seen, finally we've seen Haaland stay where he is, Mbappe stay where he is, and they've not left, despite of all the rumors, all the talkings and all the chit chats behind. Haaland stays in Dortmund, and so does Mbappe. But there's going to be one hell of transfer season again next time, when we might see the likes of Mbappe and Haaland move away somewhere else. So yeah, it's been a crazy, and I'm so lucky and I'm so happy that I've got the chance, and thanks to you, Miz, that you've given me the opportunity that we did this together, and what a special experience to cover the whole transfer season.
Yeah, man, it's been brilliant, honestly. And I've thoroughly enjoyed the time with you, Ishan, to cover all of that. The Messi situation was mad. You did all that homework, I remember, and we had
Yeah.
that biggest show up as well, nearly 700 live that day. Yeah, just been an incredible transfer window. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. I'm going to go to bed very soon. It's nearly midnight here in Australia, and I've got a pre-recording for a video that I'll drop tomorrow. I probably won't stream tomorrow. I do want to rest, and I think the international break is a good time to have a bit of a rest and relax, rewind a little bit. So, but I will drop a pre-recording. I'm catching up with a very big Roma fan, and I will be talking about Tammy Abraham, Jose Mourinho, and Roma with him. And you shall see that video tomorrow on a premiere. So do look out for that. Smash the like button before you go. Subscribe if you're here for the first time. Check out that Saul video that I've just put on the pin message that I've published earlier today, which is an incredible story. Athletic fan Jack Benson, who's a big Atletico Madrid fan, provided some amazing insight into Saul and why he left Atletico Madrid and his whole story about his injury, the kidney situation. You're going to absolutely enjoy that. And do make sure you're here tomorrow for the Roma Tammy Abraham story and Jose Mourinho, which is going to be incredible. I can't wait to do that. Until next time, everyone, take care and see you guys very soon. No live stream probably tomorrow, unless if there's any big news. I highly doubt there'll be any more big news at the moment. And it'll be a good time to take a bit of rest. Until next time, everyone, take care and see you.